this young group, a bunch of new faces for Siloam Springs this year on the depth chart, that is. And, you know, the Panthers started out rough. They had a lot of trouble in the first quarter on the road at Heritage last week, and then straightened everything out and came so close to tying that ball game up late. You know, what's interesting when you look at the numbers from that game, Siloam Springs had 70 more yards of total offense than Heritage did. You know, Jackson Still had both rushing touchdowns on the night. He had 109 yards rushing. Meanwhile, Jed Derwin had 73 yards rushing. That's a good 1-2 attack that the Panthers had. The difference was the turnovers and special teams. They've got to clean that up to beat Alma tonight.
Well, I think Coach Craig addressed that with the team, you know, as early as Saturday and Sunday. You know, he said special teams played a big role in that game, and they do in just about every game. You know, one
Right.
out of every 3 play, or 1 out of every 4 plays usually is a play of special teams. And you want to be able to win those special teams. And so I'm hopeful that you'll see a better performance on special teams tonight for the Panthers. And then, like you said, they did get off to a tough start, but they did turn it around. They were a 2-point conversion away from tying the ball game up. And, you know, it was a very respectable performance for a young team on the road.
It really was. You know, once they got the jitters taken care of, they were a significantly better team from there on. Special teams, you know, they had the bad snap on the punt, and we had to take the safety there, and then gave up the 90-yard touchdown return. And really, that tells you the outcome of the game. Even with Siloam's 4 turnovers, you take those 2 special teams plays away, and the Panthers win that game.
Well, and, you know, they really got their running game going. They rushed for 170 yards, and I think, you know, most of that came in the final 3 quarters. The first quarter, they really didn't get much of anything done, but they really kind of found themselves a little bit. And, you know, I know they're hoping here tonight in front of the home crowd they'll be able to kind of get things going a little bit earlier.
So the captains for tonight's game, for Alma, it was number 14, Matthew Schlegel, number 24, Carlos Gonzalez. Make that 22, Braxton Kilgore, Number 41, Dylan Flanagan. Number 75, Dakota Stallings. For the Siloam Springs Panthers, it was number 4, Daxton Moody. Number 44, Caden Vernon. Number 49, Dalian Miller. And number 51, Blake Brown. The Siloam Springs Panthers won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So the Alma Airedales will get the football first here at Panther Stadium tonight on a beautiful Friday night. Let's take a look at the Caldwell Bankers starting lineup. Brought to you by Tony Molina and Caldwell Banker. Let's start with the defensive starters for the Siloam Springs Panthers. Let's make that the offensive starters. I've misplaced the defensive starting lineup. The offensive starters for Siloam Springs tonight, a 5'10" sophomore quarterback, number 6, Jackson Still. A 5'8" junior running back, number 23, Jed Derwin. The H-back tonight is a 6'2" sophomore, number 12, Noah Shep. The wide receiving core, 6'5" senior, number 19, Jonathan Graves. 5'11" senior, number 8, Nick Driscoll. 6'2" junior, number 81, Cam Stafford. The offensive line, at right tackle, a 6', 250-pound junior, Noah Race. A 6'1", 244-pound junior, Shane Robotham at right guard. The center tonight is a 6', 227-pound junior, number 54, Noah Byers. At left guard, a 5'10" junior, 260 pounds, number 77, Brock Gold. And the left tackle is a 5'11" senior, number 62, Blake Brown. Ronald Mancia will handle the kicking duties, and Carlos Sandoval will handle the punting. The Alma Airedales have taken the field as they get set up to receive the opening kickoff. Siloam Springs will kick toward the north end zone. Panthers in the home maroon tops with the gray bottoms. Silver numbers. Silver hats with the maroon stripes. And that maroon Panther. Siloam Springs Panthers are coached by Brandon Craig. The Alma Airedales are coached by Rusty Bush. Back to receive for Alma.
Ronald Mancia to kick off for the Panthers.
Lamb, Caden Lamb, that is, and Braden Driscoll. Ronald Mancia's opening kick is high, end over end, short, taken at the 18-yard line, across the 20 to the 25, dodges a tackle, still on his feet across the 40, and he's brought down finally at the 42-yard line.
Carlos Gonzalez on the return.
That was Carlos Gonzalez, number 24 on the return.
By Mancia.
Ronald Mancias, the kicker for Siloam Springs, made the tackle.
The ball is placed at the
They'll place it at the 41-yard line. So good field position for Alma.
You know, Gonzalez made some good moves there along the Alma sideline to kind of break free from, you know, they had a chance to get him a little closer to the 28 and just didn't get him on the ground.
Alma is led by their senior quarterback. He's 6'3", 206 pounds, number 8, Joe Trusty, and he looks the part, Graham. He's a big body out there.
He's a load. I mean, I'm just kind of nervous about trying to tackle this guy. He's a big guy.
They start with an empty backfield. Trusty quickly on the far side, complete. Still on his feet at the 45-yard line. Not a whole lot there, but fighting for yardage on the far sideline. And Graham, I did not catch who that is.
14, I think.
14, Matthew Schlegel. Makes it 2nd down and 6 from the 45 of Alma. From the pistol formation, twin set both ways. Gonzalez, the running back, gets the call. He's got a first down as he moves into Siloam Springs territory. Inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line, and the Alma offense is moving well.
And that Alma offensive line really blew
They
away.
moved.
I mean, that was quite a hole there.
Less than a minute gone. Airedale's in Panther territory at the 43-yard line. Joe Trusty talks to his running back, Carlos Gonzalez. Now they set up in the pistol formation. Man comes in motion to the near side. Play action. Trusty looks deep. He's going to throw it deep. A bomb of a pass, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Nick Driscoll at the 3-yard line. Still on his feet across the 5. Shakes a tackler at the 10. Brought down at the 15-yard line, and Graham, Siloam Springs has turned over the Alma Airedales. Nick Driscoll with the big interception.
That's a nice job by Nick.
Joe Trusty overthrew his wide receiver.
Well, my eyes got distracted when the referee fell over on the way down.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Right. He was right in the same play there. He tripped, and the ball was just overthrown, and Nick made a good play on that.
Nick played it like a wide receiver. Of course, he is a wide receiver.
Hey, Nick can do a lot of good things for this Panther team.
Jed Derwin in the backfield with Jackson Still. He stands on the right hip of Jackson. Trips to the right. That's the open side of the field as the Panthers move toward the north end zone. Derwin gets the call. Small hole, closes quickly. It's going to be about a 3-yard pickup to about the 18-yard line.
3 yards.
I tell you what, Jed Derwin is going to run hard, Dustin. He is.
Oh, there's no doubt.
You might tackle him, but you're going to feel it.
He also does a great job at that linebacker spot, too. He can deliver a blow there.
A lot of guys tonight on both sides of the ball. Both teams playing, both sides, I think.
Jackson Still changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time on the play clock. Derwin, Jackson Still's going to keep it. He gets the corner, the 25, 30. Big time first down yardage across the 40. Brought down on the far sideline at the 42-yard line. Big offensive play for the Panthers right there. Great read by Jackson Still.
Pick up of 23 yards there. That's a nice run for Still.
First down, Siloam Springs.
Panthers move quickly. Twin set both ways. Ball on the right hash for Jackson. Tries the hard count. Almost got the left defensive tackle. Jackson Still looks to throw, and he fumbles it. Fumbles it as he got hit, and Siloam Springs is going to cover it up. Thankfully, who was that there that fell on the football? That's Blake Brown. Blake Brown fell on the football. It'll be a 7-yard loss, but you'll take that all day as opposed to a turnover.
Well, he was hit, and
Second down.
Jackson Still, he's going to keep it. He's got a little room to run. He got the 7 yards back, not a whole lot more. Out of bounds on the far sideline. They'll give him 8 yards. It'll make it 3rd and 9. And he got, you know, they lost 7 on the fumble and got 8 back.
Yeah. I mean,
Made it 3rd and a manageable play here. 8:45 to go, opening quarter. No score. Panthers intercepted Alma. Nick Driscoll, that is, intercepted Alma on Alma's opening drive. Empty backfield. Jackson Still looks to throw. Has a man, Cam Stafford, and he threw it too far outside of Cam, incomplete. On the far sideline, it's 4th down and 9. Panther offense is staying on the field at the moment.
Well, and I don't think you'll maybe Still will be the kicker here, or Gio, or I can't imagine they're going to go for it here.
Well, I saw Jackson punting it in pregame warmups, and he can sure enough punt the football.
Well, and having him as the punter, you know, it gives them that threat. You have to honor, and see, Alma has nobody back to.
The punt is high, end over end. It's going to go out of bounds. Oh, wow. Okay, now they're walking it back. The line judge spots it at the 33-yard line of Alma with 8:24 to go in the opening quarter. Both teams have had a possession. Now Alma gets their second shot at it.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to watching Joe Trusty play here.
Well, he's got a cannon of an arm, doesn't he? He could rifle that football down the field. Nick Driscoll played it perfectly in the first possession. Carlos Gonzalez takes the inside handoffs. Panther defensive line did a good job of creating some movement in the backfield there. Gonzalez picks up about 3, but that's it, up to the 36. Ball on the left hash.
2nd down and 7.
Joe Trusty works out of the pistol. He's got a twin receiver set, an H-back to his right. Gonzalez gets the call again. He goes behind that H-back. He'll get up right to the 40-yard line, makes it 3rd down and 3. He got 4 yards that time. And Graham, the Siloam Springs defensive line is doing a better job of holding their ground here on these first 2 downs of this possession.
You know, I think Alma is just like anyone else. They're going to want to try to establish their running game and keep their quarterback, you know, as upright as possible and not have to show, you know, they'd love to run it just with their running back. You're going to see Trusty get involved here soon, too, though.
3rd and 3. Trusty looks to throw. He rolls to his left. Right-handed quarterback. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's dropped. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage for a sack. 2-yard loss. Who was it?
Stone Stevens. Is what
Stone Stevens.
38-yard line, 4th down and 5 for the Airedales.
Stone Stevens drops him. Alma looks to punt it away. Nick Driscoll stands at his own 30. Oh, the punt is a great one.
That is a wonderful punt.
Wonderful punt. It hits out of bounds right at the, I'm going to say the 18-yard line. We'll see where they mark
They're
it.
going to throw a flag here on somebody. I don't know.
Oh, he walks it way up to the 24.
Little extracurricular activity going on, too.
Was it? Are they going to say after the punt?
I think so. After the play, even is kind
After
of
the play. So the ball or the flag sits at the 47-yard line.
It may be offsetting penalties on both Siloam. There were lots of extracurricular activities going on.
Old rivalry.
Personal
foul, Siloam.
Yep.
They offset. 1st and 10 Panthers at the 24-yard line.
Siloam Springs. The penalties will offset. Siloam Springs will take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Quentin Mottsinger lined up in the slot on the near side for Siloam Springs, part of a twin package. On this side of the field. Jed Derwin gets the inside call. He doesn't have much there. They'll give him a yard.
Jed Derwin on the carry. Tackled by the
They'll give him a yard to the 25, and it's 2nd and 9.
Now, I don't know if you caught what Coach Craig said after the game on last week, but the only returning starter they had on the offensive line was out last week. So it was a whole new group here, and they're trying to feel their way through this.
Twin set both times. Gio Flores in the backfield now with Still. Flores, no, Still's going to keep it on the read option. He's going to have first down yardage. He picks up 10 yards to the 35-yard line. Boy, he's good at that read.
Yes, he is.
He is very good at that read.
And that was something that the Heritage coach, Eric Munoz, said, that he was really good at that read option.
First down at the 35-yard line.
And he's not afraid to stick his nose up in there. I mean, he's
not at all.
Yeah, it says it still is 5'10". I don't know if I believe that. I think he's more like 5'8", but
5'10", 160 is what he's listed at. Panthers now, Gio Flores gets the call. Not much there. They take it right up the heart and get a yard, and that's about it.
Now here's a guy that I think you're going to see get a more and more expanded role as we go on. Is that sophomore Gio Flores? He's one of the better athletes out there, but you know, this is varsity football, and you know, he's going to have to show that he can perform at this level. We saw it in the spring game.
Twin receiver set both ways, ball on the left hash. Jackson Still was looking to throw, but he had to tuck it and run. He's going to lose 3 yards back to the 33, and now it's 3rd and long, 3rd down and 12. Make it the 34. May have been a friendly spot for Siloam. 3rd down and 11.
You know, I guess the rule of thumb there is if it's not there early, tuck it and go.
Right.
And he tried to.
I think he made the right call. Gio Flores out of the backfield, complete, still on his feet, breaks a tackle. He's going to be short of first down yardage. He's up at the 43-yard line, but it makes it 4th down and 2. You just wonder if they may stay on the field here.
Oh, I think they'll do exactly what they did
They're going to
last
hard
time.
count, I'd imagine. Jackson Still, the sophomore, but boy, he's already good at that hard count. 4th down and a long 2. They need to get the nose of the football over the 45 for first down yardage. He's going to punt it.
This is going to work out well.
This one's a good punt. It bounds down
They
at
get down there.
17, rolls inside the 10. Siloam Springs is going to down this football at the 6-yard line. Alma didn't have anybody back. I like this new punt look that the Panthers are giving them. Down at the 6-yard line.
Well, and even in a 4th and 2 situation, if you got your quarterback on the field, that limits them from being able to put somebody back there. And if they do decide to, well, that's one less guy they have to defend 4th and short. It's really a nice idea.
Jackson Still is doing a very good job of punting the football, especially that time. Alma football at their own 6-yard line. Both teams have had 2 possessions, no score. 3:58 to go, opening quarter at Panther Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hand off to Gonzalez, and he's dropped way behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 3. He was nailed as soon as he touched the football.
I believe that was number 11 who carried the football that time.
Oh, was it 11?
Towns Robinson.
Christian Mendez on the spot for the Panthers.
Yep, you're right. Towns Robinson.
They must
Towns
have known that
Robinson.
when he's in the game, he's in there to get the ball.
2nd down and 13, maybe 14. Now Trusty's going to keep it himself. He's got a little bit of room. Back near the original line of scrimmage at the 7-yard line. Makes it 3rd down and 10. Siloam Springs on 3rd down and 10. This defense is going to try to force Alma to punt it out of their own end zone. 3rd down. I'm going to call it 3rd down and 10. Towns Robinson, the running back, they are very confused. They may have to burn a timeout. 10 seconds on the play clock. Joe Trusty is cool as a cucumber. 5 wideouts. Trusty from the gun gets the snap, looks to throw over the middle, has a man wide open. Complete and still on his feet at midfield. Siloam Springs is going to track him down, Nick Driscoll from behind, but
There's a
huge
flag on the
gain.
field, too.
A flag on the field back at the 8-yard line. You know what? I'll tell you where it looks like. It looks like an ineligible
That's
receiver
kind of what I'm
flag.
thinking too. We'll see.
If the play stands, it's going to flip the field completely down near the Siloam Springs 30.
Well, still,
Now the officials are going to talk about it.
sideline warning on Alma for sure. They're coming. Everybody's coming back. But, you know, one thing Siloam's not going to be happy about is that guy being so wide open.
Yeah, he
like
was
that.
right over the middle of the field.
Ineligible
It is an
man
ineligible
downfield.
receiver downfield and a sideline warning. Sideline warning, the first time will be a warning, so that doesn't go for any yardage. But the ineligible man downfield will back Alma up inside their own 5. They'll walk it off from about the 8.5-yard line. I don't know. Is it a spot foul?
It's going to be half the distance to the goal.
From the spot of the foul? Is that?
line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, that's not what they did. They walked it off from the 9. The ball was at the 7, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
ball's
did
going to
it
be
right.
just outside the 3. Okay, yeah, they still marked it
About
right.
half the distance.
They just started different. They handled it different than I would have, Graham.
Well,
I can
would imagine
feel
Alma-
something smart aleck coming. No, I'm
now I
just-
imagine Alma may try and do something, you know, similar. They had some success on that play.
Towns
Over the middle.
Robinson in the backfield, pistol formation, play action. Siloam Springs trying to get to Joe Trusty. Joe Trusty is going to throw it complete. Oh my goodness, for first down yardage across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And it was oh so barely outside the reach of Nick Driscoll. Nick Driscoll just almost tipped that football.
Well, that's a good play by Joe Trusty,
Yeah,
scrambling
it
around
was.
and
Very
finding
patient
an open
quarterback.
guy, and you know, they were chasing him in the end zone.
2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Panther fans still working their way into the stadium. Crowd's gotten bigger and bigger throughout the first quarter. Pistol formation. Towns Robinson gets the call. He's got a big hole. Big hole. He's still on his feet. He'll be near first down yardage again, up at about the 37-yard line. It will be, yes, it's going to be a first down. They're going to move the chains. Fresh set of downs at the Alma 37-yard line.
First and 10, Alma.
Graham, the Panther defense has to reset here. They had them pinned deep in their own territory, 3rd and long. Alma made the play. Now the Panthers have got to get over that and make a stop now. Joe Trusty, play action, rolls to his left. He's going to roll back to his right, tuck it and run. He's got a little bit of room, lowers a shoulder, works his way out of bounds, and a big gain, really. It goes for 9 yards. Trusty's hard to bring down.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big man. He's 200 pounds. He's 6'2".
Second down and 1.
And he was kind of shifty there. He
Yeah.
was going one way, and the Panthers had a guy get close to him, but then he wiggled the other way, and you know.
Noah Byers got close to wrapping him up. Couldn't quite do it. Now Carlos Gonzalez takes the call. He's in Siloam Springs territory across the 50, down near the 45-yard line. First down for Alma.
Carry brought down by Flores in Panther territory at the 46-yard line.
The Siloam Springs 46. We're under 1 minute to go. Under 1 minute to go in the first quarter, I should say. No score.
Alma's going to take their sweet time.
We've seen them take both approaches here in the first quarter, Graham. They'll hurry to the line of scrimmage and get the snap off quick, and then they'll slow it up. Gonzalez gets the call. Big hole. Gonzalez still on his feet inside the 35, inside the 30, brought down finally at the 27-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the quarter. And Alma is knocking at the door on Siloam Springs. They don't have to run a play to finish the quarter. We'll see if they get one off or not. Gonzalez from the pistol formation. They get the play off with plenty of time, but it was an offsides offensively. That'll back them up to about their own 32. 9 seconds to go in the quarter.
First and 15 at the 32-yard line of Siloam Springs.
They're going to hurry to the line of scrimmage. 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Trusty gets the snap off. He's going to play action. Rolls out.
Nice
finds
play.
his man. Great tackle. Siloam Springs. Was that Gio Flores?
That was.
It is. Open field tackle. It's going to go for a gain of about, what is that, 3 yards. And that'll be the final play of the quarter.
At the 29-yard line.
Great defensive play by Gio Flores for Siloam Springs. And at the end of the first quarter, no score as the Panthers are hosting the Alma Airedales
At this time,
for their home opener.
we want the Panther pit to get nice and rowdy for the Panther fan cam. Let's go, Panther Pit. Let's see your crazy side right here.
The Alma Airedales will start the second quarter at the Siloam Springs 29-yard line, second down and 11.
Just a couple of quick stats here. The Airedales had 10 rushes for 65 yards, completed 3 of 4 passes for 30. Siloam, 8 rushes, 38 yards, 1 of 2 passing, 9 yards. So, little edge the Airedales in the first
Again,
quarter.
second quarter, Alma will possess the football at the 29-yard line of Siloam Springs.
Joe Trusty from the shotgun. He's got twin receivers set both ways. He dumps it out of the backfield to Gonzalez. Gonzalez out of bounds on the far sideline at the 24-yard line. Makes it third down and 7 at the Siloam Springs 24.
Third down and 7 for Alma.
You got to imagine this is 4-down territory for the Airedales. Running back Carlos Gonzalez is lined up, split wide in the boundary. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Trusty looks to throw. He's going to have to tuck it and run. Avoids several tacklers and falls that 6'3" frame forward for a first down. I believe it'll depend on the spot, but I think it'll give him a first.
That should be.
That'll be enough for a
First down.
Panthers, they nearly got to him, but they didn't have a backup guy kind of there ready to go.
First and 10 from the Siloam Springs 17-yard line. Trusty to Robinson. Robinson stood up at the 15. He'll fall forward to the 14.
Robinson on the carry. Derwin on the stop for the Panthers after a gain of 3 yards. Second down and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Second and 7 from the Siloam Springs 14-yard line. Trusty with Robinson in the backfield. Towns Robinson, that is. Trusty's going to keep it on the read option. He's got good yardage. It'll be first and goal. First and goal. Siloam Springs coaching staff wanted a hold. They didn't get it. The ball sits at the 6-yard line. First and goal for the Alma Airedales. 10:40 to go. Opening half, no score. Scoreless first quarter here in Panther Stadium tonight. Airedales go with 2 tight ends. Towns Robinson gets the call, and he is stood up at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Siloam Springs did a great job right there. That was Dalian Miller and Justin Burton.
It's almost like they do better when Towns Robinson is carrying the ball because he's a little less shifty than Trusty is.
Or Gonzalez.
And Gonzalez is back in the fold here.
Pistol formation, nobody spread wide to the right, twins to the left. Gonzalez gets the call. He's got a hole. He'll be near the goal line, but short. Short, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Stop just shy of the goal line.
3rd and goal from the 1. I have not seen Alma play this year, Graham, but I'm going to say this is probably Joe Trusty territory.
I would think so. This is almost like Hunter Tally time last year. I mean, you know. And honestly, they play a lot like when the Panthers had Hunter Tally.
Yeah, very similar.
If you got an athlete like that, you're going to give him the ball.
Pistol formation.
Now they don't go to
They
him.
go to Rob.
Oh,
Fumble!
He scored before he fumbled.
Touchdown.
They're saying
Touchdown, Alma.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Alma in the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Alma Airedales.
I think he scored before he fumbled it, is what they were saying. All he had to do was cross. I'll double check with our Alma folks. But I think he scored. I saw the official had his hands up.
Bad snap on the extra point. No good. They didn't even get the kick off.
Fumbled snap, recovered by
Boy, if you're a
Alma.
Panther fan, you hope that comes back to mean something later in this ball game. Bad snap, or actually really a bad hold
Our score, Alma 6,
on the extra point.
Springs 0.
Coach Brandon Craig is arguing his case, saying they fumbled that football, but he's not going to win it.
I would like to thank Siloam Springs Veterinary Clinic for being tonight's game sponsor.
We'll take a look now at the defensive starters for the Siloam Springs Panthers tonight. The defensive end is number 46, Christian Mendez. Defensive tackle is number 59, Justin Burton. The nose guard is number 53, Jonah Sims.
For providing your outstanding expertise to our community.
The Leo is number 49, Dalian Miller. The Mike linebacker is number 43, Stone Stevens. The Will is number 23, Jed Derwin. The Sam is number 42, George Leroy. Free safety is number 27, Caleb Knoll. The Bandit is number 4, Daxton Moody. And the corners are number 8, Nick Driscoll, and number 26, Mikey McKinley.
Discussion with the Alma folks next door. We think that Gonzalez crossed the goal line before he fumbled the ball.
Kick is taken by Siloam Springs at the 3-yard line across the 20. Still on his feet across the 30. Plows over a defender and finally brought down at the 32-yard line. That was McKinley. Mikey McKinley.
Didn't really
Great
get to
return.
didn't get to see any returns from Mikey last week.
No, but he ran hard.
32-yard line. Siloam Springs will take over 1st and 10.
And let's also note he's a sophomore, Graham, 5'7", 131 pounds, and ran through the defender there.
Well, and, you know, sounds like a small guy, and he's small in stature, but boy, he's a football player.
Jed Derwin gets the call, face mask.
Face mask.
He's going to lose yardage, but it was a very clear face mask. 2 flags come in on the play. That's going to give Siloam Springs 1st down yardage. Why are we talking about this, Graham?
Is there offsetting penalties here?
No, here we go. It just took a minute to get it figured out. I guess they were trying to determine where the spot of the foul was.
Will be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for Siloam Springs.
I think that's what the discussion was, to try to determine where the foul occurred.
Ball is spotted with the 43-yard.
Either way, it's a 1st down for Siloam Springs at their own 43. Twin receiver set to the left for Still. Jackson on what looks like maybe a busted play. He's going to be dropped for a huge loss. A huge loss. He extended the football to Jed Derwin, but Jed Derwin wasn't looking for the football. The play was busted. I don't know who miscommunicated, but it drops him way back to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, 15-yard loss.
And it's second down and very long. Twin receiver set both ways. Jackson still looks to throw, finds Nick Driscoll, but he throws it behind Driscoll.
Still's pass intended for Driscoll, incomplete.
Incomplete, and it's third down and 25. Third down and very long for Siloam Springs. Jackson still adjusts things at the line of scrimmage. Now he rolls to his right, looks to throw, goes deep. Oh, can't get it in the hands of Nick Driscoll. Oh, what a well-thrown football, and Driscoll just had a hard time hauling it in. It was just outside of his reach.
He was just a little bit off balance, too. Like he was sort of backpedaling, trying to get to it, you know. About time to turn the lights on here, Dustin.
I agree. 7:53 to go, first half.
Yeah, they're punting it here, no doubt about that.
They're going to punt it away, and now Alma drops a man back to receive the punt. Great
Nice punt.
Jackson still taken at the 33-yard line. Across the 35, still on his feet across the 40. Brought down at the 44-yard line is Caden Minshall. 7:42 to go in the half. 6-0, Alma Airedales. Graham, I almost wonder if we're having trouble with the lights.
That could prove problematic.
I mean, the entire stadium's in the shade now. I kind of expect them to be on at this point. Joe Trusty works out of the pistol formation. Gonzalez gets the call. Shifty runner, picks up 5 or 6 yards up to the 48-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard gain.
You know, Dustin, Alma has, very traditionally, and you know this as well as anyone, traditionally one of the best programs ever in the state of Arkansas. They won a lot of state titles back in the long time ago. They've kind of been on tough times here as of late. But they're hopeful that this is a team that's going to be one that figures out a way to win.
Trusty throws it out quick. They're going to lose yardage, and a flag comes in. I could not disagree more with this. They're going to get Dalian Miller for roughing the passer, I think.
I wonder what if he said something.
I'll be honest. If that's what they call here, that is an atrocious call. I mean, Trusty barely got the ball out before Miller hit him.
I wonder if it was if they hit him on the head,
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer on Siloam Springs. The penalty will be 15
That's really
yards
frustrating, Graham.
Territory at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Alma.
I mean, I know we're Siloam fans here, but I'm telling you, that's a poor call. Siloam Springs 39-yard line for the Alma Airedales. Quick pitch to the man that comes in motion. That's number 9. He picks up about 8 yards. Stogsdill.
Drake Stogsdill on the carry.
Stogsdill gets it down to the 31-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Now, they have not gone his way yet in the passing game. He had a big game last week against Van Buren.
2nd down and a long 1.
Those lights, they look like they're coming on?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're trying to right now. Joe Trusty with Robinson. Robinson gets the call. He'll have the 1st down, I think. It'll depend on the spot.
Towns Robinson on the carry, met by a large group of Panthers at the 30-yard line.
Oh, a flag came in on the far sideline at the 37-yard line. That's got to go against Alma.
Another sideline warning.
It was?
And that he just did the hands motion to him, so that's gonna be a penalty, I think. If that's the second one, yeah.
See that in the second quarter. I'm not. Well, it's a 5-yard. A 5-yard sideline warning.
Sideline infraction on Alma.
Makes it 2nd down and 7.
5-yard penalty.
From the 41-yard line, they need to get almost to the 29.
2nd down and 7.
Well, those guys have to stay behind that white line. They keep getting in the official. I mean, he's going to call it, I guess.
Towns Robinson lined up next to Trusty. Trusty looks to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down, and Moore still on his feet inside the 20. Breaks free down the sideline, and they're going to blow a whistle. He stepped out of bounds. Thankfully for Siloam Springs, he stepped out at the 13-yard line.
1st and 10, Alma.
Grand Panthers need a turnover here.
The Alma offensive line is doing a great job.
They really are.
And, you know, and the play kind of broke down on Trusty there, and he made a play with his legs, but he had all kinds of time.
Siloam Springs burns their first time out with 5:38 to go in the half.
And you saw Stone Stevens come racing up to try and get Trusty, but Stone, you know, Trusty was smooth enough to just give him a little wiggle, and he just went right by him.
So during the timeout, we'll take a look at the games around the 6A West tonight. Graham Pulaski Academy is on the road in Mississippi to play Madison Ridgeland Academy.
MRA, that's in the Jackson, Mississippi area.
So
I imagine, just from what I know, I would think Pulaski Academy would roll MRA.
Okay. Greenwood is at home hosting Fort Smith Northside.
Man, that'd be a good one.
Little Rock Christian goes to Shiloh.
Now, I would have liked to have seen that one. I imagine that the Champion Stadium in Springdale, and it's Shiloh's opener, too.
Oh, yeah. Lake Hamilton is hosting Jonesboro. Russellville hosts Hot Springs Lakeside. Van Buren is on the road at Southside.
A lot of good games there, Dustin.
Towns Robinson gets the call. Panthers had him in the backfield, or at the line of scrimmage, I should say, but he spins his way free, and he'll get down near first down yardage.
Stopped by Flores and the Panthers.
Those are a lot of games. I'll be interested to see.
4-yard line, 2nd down and inches.
Greenbrier travels to Valonia, and Mountain Home goes to Harrison.
Now, that Greenbrier-Valonia game is a rivalry game.
Right. Trusty looks to throw on 2nd and short. Touchdown. Jackson Daly.
For an Alma touchdown.
Jackson Daly from Joe Trusty, and it is 12-0 Alma, and their offense is going to stay on the field for a 2-point attempt.
Mountain Home and Harrison are playing tonight. I think you mentioned that one.
Yeah, Mountain Home at Harrison tonight. Yeah.
I know the Bombers haven't beaten the.
Trusty had to rush the throw, incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. So it is 12-0 Alma. Graham, the Panthers need to take advantage of these missed PATs and 2-point conversions. Panthers can get some offense going and get on the board.
Got to be patient with them.
They're only down 2 scores. I'd sure like to see Mikey McKinley return this one again.
He'll be back there. You know he will.
Along with Gio Flores and Nick Driscoll.
Now, what the Panthers really need to do here, Dustin, that's 2, fairly nice drives or decent drives by Alma. And Panthers need to stay on the field on offense for a little bit. And, gotten themselves in the hole again.
Yeah.
Schlegel to kick off for the Airedales.
The kick is short, taken by Gio Flores at the 15-yard line, across the 20, the 25, still on his feet at the 30. Finally wrestled down at the 35-yard line, and a flag comes in at the 30 on the far sideline.
There's a flag on the play.
Alma acts like it's on Siloam Springs. I don't know.
You know, Dustin, we were talking in the pregame about how, you know, Alma's a longtime rival and kids from Siloam just grow up not liking Alma. Is that because, in football anyway, because Alma was so successful for so long, you think?
Yes. In large part, yes. I'm not sure. Oh, it goes against Alma. Oh, offsetting penalties.
Again.
Offsetting penalties.
That's,
so we're going to re-kick it.
Offsetting penalties.
With 4:58 to go.
We'll re-kick.
We're going to re-kick it.
That eliminates a fairly decent field position for Siloam.
And I know the Siloam-Alma basketball rivalry was always very heated as well.
I'll tell you what, and that is true, but you know one of the biggest Siloam fans out there is Stan Flinner.
Really?
Yeah, he really, the coaching staff get along. Coach Michael Robertson's from Alma, and, you know, the folks in Alma couldn't be more nice whenever you go down there for basketball, and for any sport for that matter.
Stan Flinner, long-time Alma basketball
It's kind
coach.
of, you know, he's not the coach anymore, but it's kind of a shame that they don't play in football anymore because it's a great rivalry. It really is.
Kick is taken again by Flores, this time at about his own 12. Comes up across the 20, tries to get outside, breaks one tackle. This time he'll be wrestled down at the 26-yard line, so the offsetting penalties in the end benefited Alma. Another flag. Are you kidding me? This time at the 32. This game's getting chippy. This one's going against Alma, I believe. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I thought they were going to talk to Coach Craig. Yeah, it's going to be against Siloam Springs. A hold against the Panthers.
Holding on Siloam
That'll back them up 10, deep in their own territory. So, Graham, you said the offense needs to hold on to the ball. How about an 84-yard drive to eat up the rest of the half? That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
I'd be all right with it, Dustin. You know, we saw a 97-yard drive last week.
We did.
But they need to get something going here to get some points on the board before the half.
Jed Derwin gets the call. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. I don't even think he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a yard loss back at the 15. And I'll tell you, Graham, Panthers are going to have to throw the football a little bit, I think, to make Alma respect that throwing game. Jackson still. He looks to throw. Intercepted. No. He was hit as he threw. Pick six. Touchdown, Alma Airedales. Brady Noyes. It is a pick six. And Jackson was hit as he tried to throw the football. Pass was a lame duck.
About a 16-yard return.
Yeah. This time the extra point is up, and it is good. And it is 19-0, Alma Airedales.
It is good. Our score, Alma 19, Siloam Springs 0.
Dustin, question for you. Gonzalez kicked that ball. Was he on the PAT? I didn't.
No, it was Caden Minshew, number 6, that kicked the PAT.
We were all trying to figure out the.
Yeah, the length of the return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough being a sports writer.
Gonzalez on the kickoff. Mikey McKinley takes it at the 9. He fumbled it. Picks it up at the 10. He is covered up and dropped at the 18-yard line. Flag comes in way late. I'm not sure. This game is getting really chippy down there. Alma leads 19-0. 4:05 to go in the first half. A scoreless first quarter.
There's a flag on the play.
Sideline warning?
No, that was a dead ball and sportsmanlike
Oh,
conduct.
okay. All right, I was going to say the flag came from. So that'll be half the distance of the goal. Backs the Panthers up just inside their own 10.
This crew could throw some flags now. I mean,
Oh yeah,
they've let that be known tonight.
they sure have. Twin receiver set both ways. Going to toss it to the man coming in motion. That's Silas Tugwell, and he's going to lose a couple yards.
Silas Tugwell.
They'll give him the 8, but that's it. It's a 2-yard loss. Second down and 12 from their own 8.
Birchfield on the tackle for Alma. Second down and 11.
Jackson still hands it off. I think that's Flores. Flores was covered up from the moment he touched the football.
That was Tugwell again.
Oh, was it Tugwell? It was
Yeah.
Tugwell again. Okay. At his own 6. Alma calls timeout with 3:25 to go. They can smell blood here, and it's third down and 14. Panthers deep in their own territory.
Well, I tell you something that's just really obvious right now is that the Airedales are winning the battle up front on both ends. Like they're on offense, they're getting good protection. On defense, they're just not giving up anything on the line.
Siloam Springs Football would like to thank Siloam Springs Veterinary Clinic for being tonight's game sponsor. We have an exciting halftime
Panthers need something to reset the momentum here. (19-0) Airedales. 3:25 to go in the half. Jackson still the quarterback. He stands at his own 1. 3rd and 14. He runs for his life out of the backfield. Gets positive yardage, but he'll be well shy of first down yardage up at the 14-yard line. It'll be an 8-yard pickup. Makes it 4th down and about, 6. Alma burns their second timeout with 3:13 to go in the half. They want the football back, and they want good field position.
The lights just went out.
Went out. So Coach Brandon Craig, he's upset. Graham, where's he going?
Probably to go figure out how to get the lights back on would be my guess. I'm guessing the electrical box room must be over on the far side of the field. There goes Coach Williams heading back that way as well.
Right. Okay.
The sad reality is that if they can't get him back on, they can't play. It's just too dark.
So the officials are going to pause this football game while we try to figure out, while athletic director Jeff Williams and head coach Brandon Craig try to figure out how to get the lights back on here at Panther Stadium. You know, we were talking about earlier in the quarter how strange it was that the lights had not come on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's totally unrelated. Maybe it's just coincidental, but
I can't ever remember having a light problem here before.
I can't either.
But I mean, you know, it's just like anything else that, you know, sometimes you're going to have some issues with electrical or wiring or whatever, and I'm sure that they've got a crew that's working hard to try and remedy the situation. I've heard about it happening before at other places, and they just, you know, you just do what you got to do.
So when play does resume, it'll be 4th and 6 for Siloam Springs at their own 14-yard line.
The thing is, you know, Coach Craig and Coach Williams aren't electricians, so, you know, my guess is they reset the breaker. And, well, Dustin, you know, we were on trip the other day, and you talked about.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
You might need to go help them down there, try and get this thing going.
I'm not an electrician either. I've learned some things out of necessity and desperation, but that's about it.
Well, either way, the boys are getting a nice little breather here.
Much needed. Well,
the lights went out at 7:49, so
Coach Craig and Jeff Williams, neither one have emerged from the bowels of Panther Stadium yet. Whatever it is, they're having issues. It's not as simple as just flipping the breaker back on, it doesn't appear.
You know, and normally when you would arrive at a game time like this, the lights would already be on. Even in the daytime, they would have them, you know, going. I found that a little bit odd earlier that they weren't already on, because you don't want to have them, you know, come on late.
Right. So it's still early. We've got a few scores, though. Let's see here. Conway in the first quarter leads Bentonville 3-0.
How about that?
Very early. Very early. Cabot leads Bentonville West 14-3 in the second quarter.
Cabot's such a good program.
They're probably in year 3 now under the former El Dorado head coach.
Scott Reed. I think that's right. Oh, here comes Coach Williams. He's on the walkie-talkie. I don't know. This may not be good news. So he's coming over here to the Alma bench. This isn't good. He's going to talk to the referee, the white hat.
Sure enough. Fort Smith Southside.
And maybe they're trying to bring somebody out here to fix them. Or
Southside leads Van Buren 16-0.
Southside's a good team, Dustin. I saw them in the benefit game. It's a good-looking team.
We're hearing rumor up here in the press box.
Parents and fans, we are experiencing electrical out at this moment. We will be back up in about 5 to 10 minutes.
5, 10, 15-minute delay is what we're looking at here. So we were talking about Southside. They lead Van Buren 16-0. Fayetteville all over North Little Rock, 28-0 in the first quarter. Rogers Heritage leads Lewisburg, Kansas City, or Kansas, Lewisburg, Kansas, 7-2 in the second quarter. Springdale Harbor getting shut out by Bixby, Oklahoma at the moment, 21-0. Greenwood and Northside are delayed. I don't know why that would be.
Maybe the lights went out there too.
Yeah. Pine Bluff leads Little Rock Central 20-0 second quarter. Lake Hamilton up on Jonesboro 7-0 in the second quarter. Again, all early scores. Pulaski Academy leads MRA, as you call it.
MRA
14-6 in the second quarter. Greenbrier is up 13-0 on Valonia, second quarter. Little Rock Christian leads Shiloh 21-0 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Mountain Home trails Harrison 7-0. So here we are. 3:13 to go in the half. Electrical outage. On the lights here at Panther Stadium. Has this under delay. It's 19-0 Alma. 3:13 to go in the half. Panthers to, in all likelihood, punt it away when play does resume from their own 14-yard line.
Well, look at just the light on the field is kind of eerie at the moment, you know?
It is.
The white lines are kind of glowing a little bit.
Leave it to a Siloam Alma game to have something weird happen. Alma still uses the custom travel buses, don't they? They look sharp.
I always enjoy when you drive on to I-40 and you start heading east. You pass by the bus barn at Alma. My son is a school bus enthusiast, and he always enjoys that, seeing those, because they have regular yellow dogs. They have these travel ones too.
Right.
Supposedly they've had these for years, like
same ones, huh?
Well, there is rumor about that, but
Bixby over Springdale Harbor 35-0 in the
my
second
goodness,
quarter.
Bixby, is that at Harbor or at Bixby? Bixby has a very nice football complex.
I
I've been
want
there
to say
once.
that's in Harbor, but I think it's at Harbor. I could be wrong on that, though.
Now while we got a little bit of free time here, Dustin, the 7th grade Panthers and the 9th grade Panthers.
Are we having an early Herald Leader halftime show?
Why? Well,
Might as well.
They played at Alma last night. The 7th graders won, I believe, 24-6.
Wow.
And the 9th graders, they only got to play half, but the 9th grade was up 22-7 before the weather canceled the rest of that one. But lots of good work from the junior high teams, and earlier in the week, back on Monday, we had to wait out another weathery night.
Right.
In fact, the JV game was actually canceled and it's been rescheduled for the 12th, I believe. But the Alma 8th graders defeated the Siloam Springs 8th graders 16-8. It was a really good game.
So now here's something interesting, Graham. According to Hooten's, Heritage was supposed to be at Little Rock Southwest tonight. And we've got a Lewisburg, Kansas score.
I can't explain that one.
It's unusual.
Heritage is going to get better under their new coach. I think he's going to breathe some life into them. I mean, I'm telling you, Dustin, when that school first opened, within its first few years, Heritage had some really good football teams and could really move the football offensively. I got to see the Rogers split up close and personal. It was interesting.
I bet it was.
We've been delayed about 13 minutes so far.
Coach Craig still never has come back to the sideline. He's still back there on the back side of the visitor stands. As it gets noticeably darker on the field with each passing minute.
Makes that Jumbotron really glow, doesn't it?
It does.
You know, we've talked a lot about how really terrific the hospitality here is at Siloam Springs for a home football game, and it's really a very beautiful place to watch a football game and work in the press box. You can say the same thing about Alma. I mean, they pull out all the stops at Alma to make you feel welcome and to make you feel like you're there to enjoy a football game. And seen a lot of good games over there over the years. I remember in 2014, the Panthers won a game in overtime there when Parker Baldwin, we've got a light.
We got one light.
3 lights. Here they come.
There we go.
Guys need to kind of maybe loosen up a little bit.
Absolutely. You would imagine the officials would give them a few minutes to stretch a little bit. Of course, Panthers don't even have their head coach back here yet.
He might not be. A little appropriate music to enter Sandman here with the lights out.
That's right.
Yeah, there's Alma. They're going to run down here and run back, a little jog.
Is that Coach Craig?
I believe so.
I think so too. So let's take a look at the coaching staff for the Siloam Springs Panthers. Head coach is Brandon Craig. Offensive coordinator and offensive line coach is Justin Wood. Wide receivers coach is Michael Smith. H-backs and tight ends is Austin Abel. Jonathan Johnson coaches is the defensive coordinator and outside linebackers. Dwayne Pippin is the defensive line coach, and Michael Perez is the inside linebackers coach. For the Alma Airedales, they're coached by head coach Rusty Bush and assisted by Chris Smith, Peyton Morris, Zach Jones, Kirk Benson, Josh Driscoll, Eric Marsh, Joey Potts, Greg Washington, and Patty Webb.
That's good to see them warming up just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's only been 15 minutes, but better be safe than sorry for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and here at Dustin, Panthers are going to, one, they want to be able to keep Alma out of the end zone here. They get, and then Siloam Springs gets the ball to start the second half.
Right.
But you can't feel sorry. If you're Siloam, you can't feel sorry for yourself. You just got to get out there and play ball, man. You can, the Panthers can play with this team, but nothing in this schedule, this football schedule is easy, and they're just going to have to get after it.
Panthers have got to toughen up in the trenches here. And offensively, they've got to get a little bit of a passing game going. And, their Alma's defense is absolutely keying on the run. They're putting 8 in the box and even cheating some of the other guys near.
You feel for young Jackson Still, the sophomore quarterback. It's they're basically saying, we dare you to beat us.
Right.
Panthers haven't looked Jonathan Graves' way yet, so maybe they'll throw one up to him.
And for Jackson Still, honestly, he hadn't had time to look Jonathan Graves' way. He has really had to run for his life several times back there tonight when he did look to throw. All right, the lights are back on. When we resume here in just a moment, Siloam Springs Panthers have the ball 4th and 6 at their own 14-yard line.
Siloam Springs has the ball.
Jackson Still will be back to punt it. Caden Minshew will be back to receive the punt for Alma. Punt is high and short. Taking it.
Oh, I go grab it.
At the 42-yard line, I don't think. Boy, the Siloam Springs sideline seems to think that Alma touched it. But not a one official on the field believes that. That runs 10 seconds off the clock. Ball took a good bounce for Jackson Still and Siloam Springs. It'll be Airedale football at their own 48.
Well, it's worth a shot. I mean, even if you think he got it, go after it. I can't believe the kid was running up under it.
Yeah, me either.
Because he was making no attempt to catch it.
Joe Trustee will have 4 wide receivers. He looks to throw on first down. He gets some pressure. Flushed out of the pocket, still looking to throw, throws it out of bounds. Siloam Springs did a good job in coverage, and Trustee had to flush himself out of the pocket. Panthers got a little bit of pressure there. 2nd and 10, clock stops on the incompletion, 2:55 to go in the half. Alma with 1 timeout. Siloam Springs has 2 of theirs.
Well, Trustee can really move, man.
He can. And his patience, he's very, even when he's flushed out of the pocket, he does not mind just kind of buying time, looking for something to happen. He looks to throw again on 2nd down. Flush to his right, over the defender's head, complete down the far sideline, inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line, and 2 flags come in late.
I'm not sure what that was all about.
I think it's going to go against Siloam Springs.
For a late hit, maybe, is all I can.
I may be wrong, but
no, I think you're right. What else would it be? An offensive.
Matthew Schlegel, the wide receiver who caught the pass, his helmet came off, and he was sure animated and angry.
Well, they're not. Oh, here they go.
Face mask.
Face mask on Siloam Springs.
Move it half the distance to the goal.
15-yard
It'll
penalty.
be
Puts the ball
just
at
like that. It's at the 12-yard line at
Along
Siloam
the first
Springs, and the Panther defense really needs a stop here. 2:44 to go in the half. Panthers already trailing 19-0. Joe Trusty flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet.
Well, he's strong. Look at
He
that.
is
Oh,
strong.
That's could be a hit.
Flags come in
Yeah,
late.
that's gonna
he
be
was hit again.
George Leroy hit him late.
Tackle made by Flores.
Inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and this one's going to move it down to the 4. That definitely was a late hit. There's no doubt about it. He was down.
Personal foul, late hit on the Panthers.
It'll be first and goal
Half the distance to the goal. Place the ball
at the
inside
Siloam
the
Springs
5-yard
4
line.
with
First and goal
2:33 to
from
go in the half. Israel Towns Robinson in the backfield with Trusty. 2 receivers and 2 tight ends. Pistol formation. 1 receiver comes in motion, lines up in the slot on the right-hand side. Robinson takes the handoff. He will not get in, but he's close. He's just inside the 1-yard line.
Towards the goal line. Stopped around the 1-yard line by Derwin of the Panthers. Second down.
Second and goal from the 1 for the Alma Airedales. Looking to open up a big lead here on Siloam Springs in the second quarter. Robinson gets the call. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Second effort gets the touchdown.
Towns Robinson on the carry for an
Touchdown,
Alma
Towns Robinson. Touchdown, Alma. They go up 25-0 with 1:44 to go in the half. Caden Minshew will attempt the extra point. The kick is up and no good. He pulled it wide
Mitchell's
left.
extra point is no good.
And it's 25-0 Alma, and Graham, all 25 points have come in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a nightmare of a quarter for the Panthers.
On that last possession, Graham, they showed their frustration a couple different times with some penalties there that really were just out of frustration. The late hit and the face mask. And
You know, they're just young kids trying to make plays. I'll give George this on the late hit down here, though. I mean, it didn't look like Trusty was going down.
yeah,
I mean, there were about 3 or 4 guys on him, and he still wasn't going down.
Gonzalez on the kickoff.
Gonzalez to kick it away. His kick is high, a little bit short. And, oh man, Gio Flores scooped it up at the 2 and returns it to the 15-yard line.
Flores on the
He would have been
return,
wise
pass
to let that one go
15-yard
ahead and
line.
bound into the end zone. Of course, he got back to the 15, so not a whole lot of damage done there.
Panthers kind of showing their youth a little bit tonight.
Flag on the play.
Oh, a flag. I didn't even see the flag. Oh, yeah, there it is. Dropped at the 22.
And
Gonna
that's
go against
probably going
Siloam.
back, yep.
Back inside their own 10 at the 8.
Springs, so the ball half the distance to the goal.
1:39 to go in the
8-yard line.
half.
First and 10, Siloam Springs.
Jackson Still gets it to Jed Derwin. Derwin will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He loses a yard to the 7.
For the Panthers, stopped by Mahar.
You got a feeling this is going to be a very spirited halftime locker room for the Panthers.
7-yard line. Second down and 11.
And things have not gone the way they would have liked here in this first half, or especially the second quarter.
What was really a good first quarter, scoreless. The end of 1. Jackson Still. Inside handoff again. No gain on the play.
Derwin again on the
Back to
carry.
the 7.
Stop for no gain
Jed Derwin again.
by Paul Eubanks.
It'll be 3rd and 11.
I think Alma has one timeout left.
They do. It doesn't look like they're going to burn it, though.
Well, I bet
They may
will.
wait until after this play.
They add and force them to kick it. Panthers are just trying to get to halftime.
Twin receiver set both ways. Jackson looks to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket. Flushed out. He's running it. Flag way back at the 1.
Face mask.
Flag way back at the 1 yard line.
Well, I just saw Jackson's head whip around on that run, so
But I don't see a flag down there. Do you?
no.
Clock is stopped with 13 seconds to go in the half.
Probably a hold. Now, where was the hold at is the problem.
Holding. Against Siloam.
They're going to decline it.
They're going to decline
Holding
it.
on Siloam Springs. Alma has declined the penalty.
Alma declines it and calls timeout to force the Panthers to punt it away. It'll be Panthers 4th and about 5, a long 5 from their own 13, with 13.3 seconds to go in the half. It's a young group, Graham, and it's gut check time.
Well, that's just it, Dustin. You
They've
know,
had a rough quarter. You see that you can tell they're down. They're frustrated.
Well, you know, former Panther coach Brian Ross used to say that football does a great job of teaching you about life. You're going to find yourselves in moments like this in life, and you know, how do you handle yourself? How do you pick yourself up even when you're down?
They're going to rush the punt.
I don't blame them.
They're going to rush the punt. Jackson Still does a great job getting that thing off. Fair catch called for, and he goes down to a knee to take it. That's 23 Ian Rhodes at the 41-yard line of Siloam Springs with 8.5 seconds to go. And if you're Alma, you're thinking, why not?
Oh, heck yeah. Throw one in the end zone, see what happens. Maybe even throw a short one and then
Get a little closer.
I'll be curious to see if Trusty can throw it into the end zone here.
I think he can, Graham. That one that was intercepted by Nick Driscoll on the first series, that was a bomb. I don't think Trusty would have any trouble throwing it 40 yards. But we won't know. They're going to hand it off to Carlos Gonzalez. He's got a first down and more. A flag comes in. Goodness gracious. Flag comes in back at the 37-yard line. He's dropped at the 20 with 1.7 seconds to go. That must be the longest 7-second play in history. I think it's going to go against Alma. We're going to walk it back.
Holding on Alma.
A hold on the Airedales from the 37-yard line. I'll back them up to the 47 with 1.7 seconds to go. I don't know why the official is not walking it off. There we go.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul puts the ball.
Alma broke the huddle to run the play, and
There was no ball.
The official hadn't even walked the play. I don't know what he was doing. So back at the 48-yard line, one play left, and it looks like Alma's going to take a knee here. No, maybe not.
No, they don't have to.
And that will end the first half of action for the Siloam Springs Panthers. They trail the Alma Airedales at the break by a score of 25-0. We will be back with the Herald Leader halftime show with about 6 minutes to go before second half action resumes. You're listening to Siloam Springs football.
West Bank is proud to sponsor the halftime field goal frenzy. At every home game, a school club will send 2 student representatives to the field at halftime to kick a field goal. This week's club is DECA. If the field goal kick is successful, the club will win $350. And even if they miss, the club still walks away with $200. West Bank remains committed to our community and is a proud supporter of the Siloam Springs School District. First up to kick is Sam Herndon. Just a bit outside. Our second attempt is by Trinity Brown. All right, Trinity, show it how it's done right here. Oh, so close. Well done, you two. You still walk away with $200. Everybody give them a round of applause. Thank you to West Bank for supporting the Siloam Springs School District. And now at this time, we'll direct your attention to midfield for a special presentation by your Siloam Springs Panther cheerleaders. There are your Siloam Springs Panther cheerleaders. One more round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field is the award-winning Siloam Springs High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Daniel Hodge, Taylor Petronio, Savannah Ellis, Melissa Lesso, and Tyler Loretz, with additional assistance from Katie Luker, Brady Calicott, Dalton Snow, Taryn Ridley, Christian Leon, Roxy Boyd, and Ashley Estes. Our 2022 competitive show is titled Remember the Tin Man and features music from Metallica, Kanye West, Dmitri Shostakovich, and Bonnie Wright. Our show will eventually tell a story about how finding true love in life starts with loving yourself. We look forward to unveiling more of our show as the season goes on. Drum majors, Grace Price, Emmeline Chavez, Abby Hutto, and Yuno Brennans. Is your band ready? Siloam Springs High School Marching Band, you may now take the field in performance. The Siloam Springs Band Program would like to thank all of our marvelous administrators, parents, teachers, and community members for their wonderful support. We are so proud of our students for all of their incredibly hard work and look forward to our next performance of Remember the Tin Man on September 16th right here in Panther Stadium. Let's give these students one last round of applause for their great performance.
We welcome you back to the Herald Leader halftime show with the managing editor of the Herald Leader, Mr. Graham Thomas. And Graham, it is 25-0 Alma at halftime. I'd like to ask you to take a look at some first half stats. I have a feeling they're somewhat lopsided.
Just a smidge lopsided in Alma's favor. The Airedales have gained, looks like 211 yards of offense in about 34 plays. They've had a really nice first half and just a tremendous second quarter where they scored all 25 of their points. Quarterback Joe Trustees rushed 7 times for 53 yards. And then Carlos Gonzalez has 9 carries for 59. Israel Towns Robinson, 8 carries for 25 yards. They gave Drake Stogsdill a carry for 8 yards. Not a really bad, not a bad running effort in the first half for Alma.
That's right.
Joe Trustees completed 7 of 9 passes for 66 yards. Really the only one, you can call it a mistake. I mean, it was a long pass, almost like a punt. but it was intercepted by Nick Driscoll. His best target has been Matthew Schlegel with 4 catches for 54 yards, and a couple other receivers have caught just a couple passes each. So really good offensive first half for Alma. Siloam Springs didn't have a bad offensive first quarter, but really not good in the second quarter. In the second quarter, the Panthers were held to -6 yards. And overall, they've got 41 yards of offense, 34 rushing yards on 16 carries. It's just 7 passing yards on 2 of 6 and 1 interception. They punted 4 times. Jackson still in the rushing game has 8 carries for 31 yards. Several big gains, several big losses. Kind of, factor each other out. Jed Derwin really hadn't been able to get going. Alma's been all over him. 6 carries for 4 yards. And Jackson still completed 2 of 6 passes for 7 yards. The one positive completion was to Gio Flores for 9 yards.
So
been a tough first half, Dustin.
it has been a tough first half. And, Coach Craig, how does he handle the halftime moments here?
Well, you got 2 choices here. You can come out and finish this football game strong and just see what happens, or you can let yourself get run over. And I know he's going to challenge them to get back out here. We've still got 24 minutes of football to go here, and go out there and get after them. I think that's what he wants to see. The last thing he wants to see them is just for them to lay down and let Alma roll all over them. And we got a lot of season left here. And
No doubt.
I imagine that his instructions will kind of point toward that. Jobs are not safe. And playing time is a luxury.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
That's, if I were a betting man, that's probably what I would say he said. And that second quarter spiraled out of control for a lot of different reasons. You had the pick 6. You had just some poor offensive execution. You had some good drives by Alma. Just a lot of different things factored in there. And just getting a little bit better in each of those phases.
Right.
Maybe it's only a 2-score game, or maybe even a 1-score game. So, they're always coaching, always teaching, and hopefully the players are always learning.
Well, so what else is going on in the world of Siloam Springs athletics?
Well, I know the cross-country team is heading over to Memphis either today or tomorrow morning for the Memphis Twilight. A select group of runners are going to run in that. And that'll be their first meet of the season. We've got Labor Day on Monday. I don't believe any events are scheduled. This past week was the start of the junior high football, and we talked about that here a little bit during the break, how the 8th grade team played Alma, lost 16-8, but the 7th and the 9th grade teams played last night in Alma, and both of them won. So that's good news. Volleyball picked up a win on Tuesday at picked up a win against Springdale at home. And
It's exciting.
Then they were defeated in 3 games, in 4 games last night at Carthage, Missouri.
Okay.
So, another young group of volleyballers. The Springdale game was exciting. They got a nice win there. What else is going on? I didn't have my notes in front of me, so you kind of put me on the spot.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the athletic events coming up for this next week. You're right, nothing going on Monday. On Tuesday, there's a slate of stuff. 8th grade football's at home against Farmington.
That'll be a tough one. Farmington is
emerging, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're going to be. They are an athlete factory, and I just can't. They're getting very good at just about everything.
Golf goes to Bentonville on Tuesday. Tennis is home against Van Buren. That's at JBU on Tuesday. Also, JV and varsity volleyball Tuesday at Mountain Home.
Now, that's going to be a tough one. That's Mountain Home's a good volleyball team.
That's a
and
long
that's
road
a long trip.
Boy.
Woo.
Let's see, Wednesday, golf is at Harrison. Also Wednesday, 7th and 8th grade volleyball at Pea Ridge. 9th grade volleyball is at Heritage. Thursday, 7th grade football is at Farmington. 9th grade football also at Farmington. On Thursday, tennis goes to Alma. Also Thursday, JV and varsity volleyball will be right here at home in the pack against Alma. Folks, come see the volleyball teams. And then next Friday night, speaking of road trips, the Varsity Panthers, the football team, will be back in action on the road in Greenbrier. The first conference game of the year. We talked about last week how the conference, the look of the 6A West has shifted some. And we open with a new Western Division opponent, Greenbrier.
A new, older Western Division opponent.
That's true.
They've been in the conference before.
Off and on several times. That's
Kind of
true.
hard to think of them as a West team, but that's what they are.
That's right. So, folks, if you can't get to Greenbrier, and we would encourage you to do just that, but if you can't get down on I-40 and head to Greenbrier, then you can find all the action right here. Tony and Graham and I will have it for you. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll take to the air about 10 minutes before kick from Greenbrier next Friday night. So we get set for second half action. Siloam Springs will get the ball to start the half. We'll take a quick look at a few scores that we do have. See Cabot 21-3 over Bentonville West at halftime. Bentonville and Conway, that would be a good one to be at. 21-20 Bentonville at halftime. Fayetteville all over North Little Rock at half, 28-3. Southside beating up on Van Buren 30-10 at halftime. Harbor at home is getting shut out 42-0 at halftime to Bixby. How about this one for you, Graham? 6A West. Greenwood trails Northside 27-7.
You know, Northside, I've always wondered when they were going to break through with the athletes they have over there.
And you've been talking to athletes at Farmington at the half. Farmington leads Springdale 35-0. Farmington over Springdale 35-0.
you know?
I know it. Oh my goodness.
When you were a kid, Springdale was the best team in Arkansas. And
Absolutely.
Farmington was a middling 4A school.
Oh yeah.
Gonzalez to kick off for Alma.
Lake Hamilton leads Jonesboro 7-0 at halftime.
See the Panthers get a good return here.
The opening kick is end over end, taken by Gio Flores at the 8, across the 20, over the 25, and dropped at the 29-yard line. Good return.
Not a bad
21-yard return for Gio.
First there for the Airedale.
You know, and if the Panthers are going to be a successful team here in the next few years, you almost figure that Gio is going to have to be a big part of that. You know, he is going to have to factor into the equation somehow. He's too good of an athlete not to.
First and 10 Panthers, trips to the right for Jackson Still. Derwin gets the call up the middle. Good run for Jed Derwin. He'll pick up 9 yards to the 38-yard line, just a yard shy of the first down marker. Second down and short.
That's a good run for Jed.
It's a great moment to try to get Jackson Still a little rhythm through the air here.
Well, you're not only playing for
just
tonight.
that, Driscoll. Complete to Driscoll over the middle, across the 45, up to the 47-yard line. First down. That's exactly what they did, Graham.
Yep, you're not only playing for tonight, you're playing for the rest of the year.
That's absolutely right.
You know, a good second half tonight may spur you into next week. And this one's not over with. I mean,
oh no, a lot of football left. Still on the keeper. He's across midfield. Brought down at the 47-yard line. 6-yard pickup. Second and 4.
Down by Noyce and Birchfield. 6-yard gain brings up second down and 4 for the Panthers.
Cam Stafford, the lone receiver on the near side. That's the short side of the field. Up the middle, Jed Derwin. Derwin will be shy of the first down marker by a yard. He got 3 on it, and it's 3rd down and 1 from the Alma 44-yard line.
Going a little tempo here. They're not taking a whole lot of time between plays.
Derwin again. He's got the first down this time. He needed 1, and he got 2, down to the 42.
Again on the carry. Birchfield again on the tackle. First down, Siloam Springs.
I think I told you that a few years ago in Searcy, the playoff game. Panthers were down 28-0 at halftime and came back and nearly won the game, so you just never know.
Jed Derwin gets the call, left side, big hole on his, still on his feet, inside the 30, now to the 25-yard line. Big gain on first down, and Siloam Springs is knocking on the door. Graham, are you talking about the year we went to Searcy?
No, this was in 2012.
Okay. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Jackson still looks to throw. He's got a man. Nick Driscoll can't bring it in. Driscoll cannot haul it in. He was wide open. Jackson Steele did a great job of lobbing that down there to him. Graham, Nick Driscoll wishes, he's frustrated. He wishes he could have hauled that ball in. Great looking throw by Jackson.
Yeah, good looking play.
Driscoll got behind the defenders and had a chance. 2nd and 10 from the Alma 25-yard line. Snap is low. Jackson Steele will keep it himself. Tries to get outside the edge and does just that, but good tackle on the outside corner. It'll go as a short gain, just 2 yards. For a split moment there, you thought Jackson Steele might get that corner and pick up a big gain, but the corner on the near side did a great job of containing him. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 23. Bad snap again. Jackson Steele looks to throw. Driscoll complete inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And Graham, that was a great catch by Nick Driscoll. He kind of had to go back behind him to haul that in.
Jackson was going one way, Nick was going the other. They somehow connected. It was a beautiful play.
And it moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Siloam Springs offense moving to start the 3rd quarter. Again, a bad snap. Jackson Steele, he's going to lose big yardage here. That's 3 straight snaps on the ground, and a flag comes in late, way late. I mean, after the play was over, back here in the backfield at about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. I really don't know what that is.
All I could think of is unsportsmanlike conduct on Siloam.
But I didn't see.
It was just weird. It was really late. Like the play was over with by 3 or 4 seconds and the flag came in.
They're walking it back against Alma.
Unsportsmanlike
on Alma.
How about that?
Okay. They set the ball at the 16, and I thought, what? I don't understand.
Now it's at the 11.
Now it's at the 11, and it's 2nd down and 7. Panthers need to get to the 4 for a definite first down. The marker sits in between the 5 and the 4.
It's a loss of 8 and then half the distance. So
trips to the left. Jackson Steele looks to throw. Throws
Jonathan
a fade in
Graves.
the end zone. Jonathan Graves, touchdown, Siloam Springs. Well thrown football.
To Johnny Graves for a Panthers touchdown.
25-6, and Graham, that's just what Siloam needed to start the 2nd half. A great drive.
kind of surprised they're not going for 2 here, but no need to chase points just yet.
Ronald Mancia to kick the extra point. It is up and it is good. 25-7. Siloam Springs is on the board. Maybe the offense can settle in a little bit here.
Well, I told you it'd probably be a spirited locker room.
The defense has had plenty of time to get a break. And as we get set for the Siloam Springs kickoff, we'll take a look at some 6A scores. Let's see, Pulaski Academy trails Madison Ridgeland Academy 21-14 at the half. We talked about Greenwood trailing Northside by 27-7 score.
That's very interesting about Greenwood.
Harrison leads Mountain Home 13-0 at the half.
I don't think Mountain Home has beaten Harrison in a long time.
I don't think so either. Greenbrier leads Valonia 13-7 in the third quarter. That's a good one developing in Valonia. Little Rock Christian leads Shiloh 35-14 in the third quarter.
Couple notes here, Dustin, just about that one play. That's Jackson Still's first high school touchdown pass.
It was a good one, too.
And Johnny Graves' first catch of the night. Good to see him involved.
Onside kick, out of bounds. Onside kick is out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, why not? Roll
Absolutely.
the dice a little bit.
Give it a shot.
There's a flag on the kickoff.
And it was a good onside kick,
And
by the way.
that-
Mancia did a good job on the
That
kick.
Cersei game I mentioned back in 2012 when they came back from 28-0 and lost 50-49, the way they got back in it was they scored the opening kickoff. They scored the opening touchdown of the first half and then converted like 3 onside kicks in a row. It was crazy. It was just the most wild game you've ever seen in your life.
Kick by Siloam Springs.
Wow.
They're going to re-kick it?
No, I don't.
Or it's going to go?
Be a 5-yard penalty. And
Territory at the 46-yard line.
Well, I think it goes to where it was out of bounds. I don't know. Where they illegally touched it, or?
well, the ball went out at the 49-yard line, and they called it. It was a 5-yard penalty to the 46.
Well, it was a penalty because it went out of bounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
Gonzalez gets the handoff, and he's going to lose yardage. Siloam Springs bottles him up in his own territory. They're going to give him a somewhat friendly spot right at midfield. George Leroy did an excellent job. But, Graham, there were several defensive guys in the backfield with Gonzalez right there.
Yeah, they blew up that side of the play. It was really nice. I love saying that. They blew it up.
Blew it up.
I mean,
Certain places you can't say that. 2nd and 14. Gonzalez gets the call again. There they are again, and they're going to drop him. He gets a yard, maybe 2 there to the 48.
but the first guys did a good enough job
That's
to slow
right.
him down until the cavalry came in.
Yeah, gave those linebackers time to get there. The defensive line really stepping up to the plate here early in the third quarter. It's 3rd down and 12.
I know Brandon challenged him at halftime, so I should say Brandon and his coaching staff.
3rd and 12.
See Coach Michael Smith down the sideline trying to get everybody fired up.
Trips formation jammed right at the Siloam Springs logo. Joe Trusty looks to throw. He's flushed. He's going to look downfield.
Ooh.
Passes. I think was it
Incomplete.
it was out of bounds for sure. I think it was caught. Oddly, crazy enough, but Siloam Springs did a good job of knocking that receiver out of bounds. That was Drake Stogsdill. Graham, somehow he caught the football, but he was out of bounds when
I
he did
saw
it.
the ball hit the ground, though. I really did. You may not have seen it, but I saw it. It was a great effort on his part.
I think you saw it in your head.
Hey, the mind sees what it wants to see sometimes.
Nick Driscoll back to receive the punt. He's going to stand at the 10. Bad snap. They scoop it up, get the punt away. It's a good one. It's going to hit at the 14, and boy, just kind of rolled dead right at the 10. Rolls dead at the 10. That was a good punt. Jackson Daly. Both of his punts tonight have been a tight spiral.
And both have been exactly 38 yards.
There you go. Fun fact.
From the strange but true.
From the archive.
The useless piece of trivia.
Trips to the left, single set in the near side. Is that Flores?
That's Jed.
Oh, that's Jed. Jed spins away from a tackle and picks up a first down, 11 yards. That's a great run by Jed Derwin.
And let me tell you something about someone who's probably not real happy about the way things went in the first half. That would be Jed.
First down, Siloam Springs.
I mean, he ain't.
He's a competitor. 6:35 to go, third quarter. Siloam Springs trails 25-7 with the football. Jackson still flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. He gets out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Terrible spot. Terrible spot. At the 28. I mean, we were right here. You could see exactly where he went out of bounds. But anyway, it's still a 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. Ball sits on the near hash. That's the right hash for Jackson Still as the Panthers move toward the south end zone. Trips to the left. There's Derwin. Sidesteps one man. First down and more up to the 35-yard line. Now Flores will come in and give Derwin a breather. Chains move. Clock stops while they move it. 6:15 to go. Third quarter. Siloam Springs trying to get more points on the board and crawl back into this thing. Jackson Still on the read option. He's going to try to get the corner, and he goes down to a knee, but a flag comes in behind the play at about the 39-yard line, where it would appear would be in the area of an offensive hold.
Oh,
Defensive
wow.
hold. Defensive hold. Wow. That's big.
Well, you don't see that a lot.
No, you do not. Up to the 49-yard line, and Siloam Springs near midfield. 5:53 to go, third quarter.
I don't, normally you either get the penalty or the play, and I don't.
Jackson,
They got both there.
Jackson Still has Cam Stafford one-on-one on the open side of the field. And he's looking right there. Going deep to Cam Stafford. Stafford couldn't find the football. He did not see, he could not see it, Graham. You could see him break toward the ball when he found it, but it falls incomplete.
And the other thing is Jackson had to throw that off his back foot.
Yeah.
And he was kind of.
The ball was thrown short, but you could tell Stafford couldn't see it because of the way he was running his route. You could tell he wasn't coming back for it. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Quarterback keeper, he's going to lose yards. Jackson Still on the read option. Neither option was good. Neither option was good. That drops him at the 46, and it's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Alma blew up the read to Gio there, and he had to tuck it and go with it. And there wasn't anything there for him either.
Jackson rolls to his right, looking for his man, finds him, complete, breaks the tackle inside the 40, first down yardage. That is Quentin Motzinger. And
that's a play.
That was a play. That's a little bit of what Joe Trusty did in the first half. Jackson Still just fought off defenders and bought some time until he found his man. Quentin Motzinger hauled it in. He was about a yard shy of the marker and fought off the defender instead of going out of bounds and picked up 4 more.
Quentin's I don't know, he's about 5'6", 5'7", and probably really hard to tackle that low.
Gio Flores with about a 2-yard pickup to the 35. But what you notice about that, Graham, is the offensive line moved that defensive line.
And they've got a little renewed fire in them.
They do.
Get challenged a little bit. And that's great. We're happy. It's been a fun quarter to watch here. Yeah, he should have gave the ball
read
there.
It, option keep. Jackson Still, he loses yards back to the 39-yard line. It appeared Gio Flores had room to run if he got the hand. If he took that hand off.
Well, again, that's a sophomore, and a sophomore there, and
It's a 5-yard loss back to the 39, makes it 3rd and 12.
So 3rd and 12, maybe we can get about 6 or 7 here. I mean, not necessarily try to get all 12 unless it's just wide open.
One-on-one coverage on the high side. He rolls the opposite way, looking for Cam Stafford and throws it behind him, incomplete. And now you got 4th and 12. You're kind of in no man's land anyway, Graham.
Oh, I think you go for it.
4th down and long.
Especially trailing.
Whatever your best play is for 4th and 12, you roll it out here. And
Mikey McKinley in the game. He's lined up in the slot as part of the twins to the left. Mottsinger, the lone man on the near side. Noah Ship, the H-back. Yep, they're going to punt it. The punt hits at the 5 and rolls into the end zone. Touchback with 3:38 to go in the quarter. And Graham, the Panthers had a good offensive drive going right there.
Yeah, just not a lot of, you have a good play and a bad play, a good play and a negative play, maybe a couple good plays together.
Rogers leads Bishop Kelly 35-14.
Wow. The Chad Harbison coach, Rogers Mounties.
He's really revived that place. Had a great year a season ago. Joe Trusty looks to throw. Almost intercepted. Graham, Nick Driscoll broke on that football. He did a great job of defending it, but he just almost dove in there and intercepted that pass.
Nick's a good football player.
He is. 2nd and 10, clock stop. 3:33 to go in the 3rd. 25-7 Alma. All 25 of their points came in the 2nd quarter. Robinson, the running back, he finds a little seam, gets across the 25 to the 27, makes it 3rd and manageable.
Now, tell me if you think I'm nuts, Dustin. Don't really tell me that. But
just in general?
At 25-7, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of Joe Trusty carrying the ball at this moment.
No, I wouldn't think so.
So they're going to try and beat you being pretty vanilla with passing plays or runs with the running back. I could be wrong. I just don't see that they would feel like they need to do that.
Towns Robinson in the backfield with him on 3rd down and 4. Man comes in motion. They fake to him. Trusty rolls out, looks for his receiver, finds him complete for the 1st down, and that's all number 9, Drake Stocksdill.
They haven't gotten him going much tonight. That's only his 2nd catch.
Up at the 40.
But he had a big night against Van Buren last week.
That'll be enough for a 1st down at the 40-yard line.
It's been number 14 who's had the big night so far.
Matthew Schlegel. Inside handoff over the right-hand side. Goes for about 3 yards for Carlos Gonzalez. He was hit hard by Stone Stevens. Up at the 42, maybe the 43.
2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8 for Alma.
2nd down and 7. Trusty with Gonzalez in the backfield. They are very content to take their time. They lead 25-7.
When you can move the football and burn clock, it's all gold.
Quarterback keeper.
Well,
and he's got room to run across midfield. He stood up there fighting for yardage down to the 47-yard line. It's 1st down for Alma.
Well, I'll just be quiet from here on out.
I agreed with you. I didn't think they'd run him much. I bet they don't run him very much.
Not after he got popped like that a few times.
He got hit hard. He picked up 10 yards, but it was he kind of was stood up at the end of the play and then popped pretty good. Alma in Siloam Springs territory at the 47-yard line. 1:35 to go. 3rd quarter. Alma leads 25-7. Gonzalez takes the handoff. He's got room to run. 1st down and more. Still fighting for yardage. He'll be brought down near the 20 at about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. A flag came in back at the 34. So that'll be interesting.
Christian Mendez of the Panthers.
Van Buren's immediately walking it back. So I think it'll go against them.
Oh, the Alma folks will be so upset with you for calling them Van Buren just a minute ago.
Did I call him Van Buren?
You did.
Oh. I only halfway feel bad about it. Sorry, not Van Buren, Alma.
To the 44.
The hold backs him up to the 44-yard line of Siloam, makes it
2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Airedales.
That erase is a really nice run by
Actually,
Gonzalez.
first down.
Well, he's been better than I thought. I mean, he's just been really good.
Gonzalez, he's dropped for a loss back at the 46.
Jed Derwin.
Jed Derwin met him quickly. So now it'll be 2nd and 9. They replayed first down after the hold. I'm sorry about that. So now it's 2nd down and 9 from the 46 of Siloam, just inside a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Jed on that one was kind of like, you play running back? I play running back too. He popped him pretty good.
He did.
This will be a big stop here, Dustin. If they can get a stop on, well, it's 2nd down. I thought it was 3rd down. I was hoping it was 3rd down.
This is Robinson. Oh, and he fought free. Fought free down the sideline, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown.
Israel Towns Robinson on the carry.
Israel Towns Robinson for the Alma Airedales. And it is 31-7. They temporarily bottled him up after a gain of 3 or 4, and he just broke free from it. The extra point is up and good, and it is 32-7.
Our score. Alma 32, Siloam Springs 7.
That was a nice run.
It was.
Yeah, real athletic play. I'm not really sure the Panthers ever got a good hold on him. And then he just got to the edge and he was gone. Which you haven't seen a whole lot of that with him so far.
No, you really haven't. Carlos Gonzalez has been their dangerous back up until that point. Greenwood has cut into the north side lead, 27-21 at the half. North side still clinging to a 1-score lead. Valonia has come back to take the lead on Greenbrier 14-13. Little Rock Christian is putting it on Shiloh Christian 42-14. Folks, Little Rock Christian is one of the new members to our conference, the 6A West.
I'm not going to be sad about that score one bit. Not one bit. Shiloh's put it on enough people. It's,
Gio Flores takes it at the 6, across the 20, still on his feet. Finds a hole across the 30, up over the 35 to the 38-yard line. Great return by Gio Flores.
About a 32-yard return.
This is a really good return.
Siloam Springs takes over 1st and 10.
Madison Ridgeland Academy in Mississippi still leads Pulaski 27-20 in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's surprising. That's just surprising me because, Pulaski Academy really put it on Little Rock Christian last week. Or not Little Rock
It
Christian.
was Joe T. Robinson.
Joe
wasn't
T.
it?
Robinson, yeah. Little Rock Christian put it on Little Rock Central.
Jed Derwin loses 4 or 5 yards there. Back at the 34-yard line.
34-yard line.
He's 2nd and 14.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Our score,
And that will end the third quarter
Siloam Springs 7.
from Panther Stadium at the end of 3. It is Alma 32, Siloam Springs 7. Both teams trade touchdowns in the third period. And we go to the fourth quarter with Siloam Springs having the football, second down and 14. This is Siloam Springs Panther football. (32-7), Alma Airedales over Siloam Springs as we begin fourth quarter action. Panther football, second and 14. Jackson still on the read option. He'll keep it, tries to get outside and gets a yard, and that's it. Forced out of bounds on the far sideline.
Still on the quarterback keeper, out of bounds for a short gain.
It'll be third and 13.
Ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. Third down and 13.
Trips to the left for Jackson Still. He's rushed out of the pocket, rolls,
Wow, that's nice.
finds
athletic
Cam
play.
Stafford. First down yardage in Airedale territory at the 49-yard line. Great throw by Still to find Cameron Stafford. First down, Panthers.
First down, Siloam Springs.
Nice
Alma's got a
athletic
defender
play.
shaken up.
Jackson was twisted and contorted and still threw a good pass to Cam Stafford there.
$11:43 to go in this ball game. Cam Stafford has a defender one-on-one on the near side. He's lined up by himself. Jackson Still over the middle, looks for Driscoll behind him. Goes behind him, flag in the backfield. I think they're gonna get the Panthers for a hold there.
Way over there.
I think that's what it's gonna be. Back at the 47.
Yeah, it's going to push it back for the spot of the foul.
Yeah.
Holding Siloam Springs.
Back the Panthers up to their own 37.
The spot puts the ball now at the 37-yard line.
So essentially,
Siloam
that's a
Springs.
14-yard penalty.
Yeah. Still hands it to Gio Flores, and he's going to lose several more. Back to the 32. And this is going the wrong way.
By Mahar, the Airedales.
Panthers find themselves at their own 32, and they need to get to the Airedale 39.
Second down and long.
You know, with the offensive line play the Panthers have had the last couple of years, you haven't seen a whole lot of negative plays like that on offense with, you know, Jared Clark and Jace and guys like that protecting.
Jackson Still finds Nick Driscoll. Opposite field, Driscoll on his feet at the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10. It's a foot race inside the 5.
Oh.
Touchdown and the flag. And the flag on the horse collar tackle. 3 yards deep in the end zone and a flag way back here at the 36-yard line as well.
Offsetting penalties probably now.
I did not see the flag in the backfield, and here we go. We're going to walk it back. Boy, that horse collar was dangerous there.
Well, and it's unfortunate for Nick. The touchdown's not going to count, but that was
That
a
is
nice.
unfortunate.
That was a nice job of just hauling it in because I don't know if that was a little improv.
Ineligible receiver downfield and the horse collar.
2 penalties.
Offsets the penalties.
Ineligible receiver by Siloam Springs. Horse collar tackle from Alma. The penalties are offset. And we will replay the down. 2nd down.
That is unfortunate. That'll make it 2nd and 29 for Siloam Springs. .10:43 to go in the ball game. Panthers trail Alma 32-7. Siloam Springs has trips to the right. Jackson Still looks to throw, finds Gio Flores on the screen out of the backfield, and he loses 2 more. Loses 2 yards back to the 30. Makes it 3rd and 31.
3rd down and long.
.10:15 to go. Empty backfield. 5 receiver set. Whistle before the snap, and Alma's going to call timeout. Graham, why would they burn a timeout on 3rd and 31?
Just to avoid some stupid mistake, probably.
Parents and fans, we have a couple of events going on next week.
10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game.
Football game at home.
I mean, you can't take them with you, so.
At 5:30 p.m.
The last thing you want to do here is give them a big play because you not relying right, and then have that spring into an onside kick into another score. I mean, it can snowball on you real quick. So
Come out and support your Panthers.
they're probably thinking, let's make sure that we're lined up right on 3rd and 31.
Rogers leads Bishop Kelly 49-14 in the 4th quarter. Bentonville is clinging to a 1-point lead over Conway, 28-27 in the 3rd. Fayetteville leads North Little Rock 28-3 in the 4th quarter. Bixby, Oklahoma is all over Springdale Harbor, 59-0 in the 4th. Greenwood still trails Northside 27-21.
How about that? Camden Fairview 22-7 over defending 6A champ El Dorado.
It's true, yeah. Empty backfield, 3rd and long. Jackson Still over the middle. Pass is batted down by a linebacker.
Still's pass incomplete, batted down by Trey Bowen,
And it's 4th and long.
which brings it 4th down. Mitchell back to receive the punt for Alma.
Punt is a spiral. Taken at the 44-yard line. Fair caught, I should say, by Caden Minshew. At his own 44-yard line. 9:59 to go in the ball game. Alma looking to run some clock with this possession. They have a comfortable 32-7 lead.
It's a good way to describe it. You can take away that 2nd quarter, it's a 7-7 ball game, Dustin.
It's true. Inside handoff goes for a yard to the 45-yard line. That was Carlos Gonzalez.
I tell you what, Alma's going to be tough in their conference. I mean, I think they play in that conference with Harrison and Farmington, and who else will be in that league?
Yeah.
In a 5A league. So Prairie Grove, Shiloh, that's going to be a good league.
That will be a good league.
Mountain Jets having to come off.
Second and 9. Airedales from their own 45-yard line. Airedales are very content to let some clock run. From the pistol, Trusty hands it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez spins away from a tackle, but brought down in Siloam Springs territory at the 48. It'll make it a 3rd down and 2.
Gonzalez is very, very quick. You know, like, and he's slippery, like, you just can't get your arms on him.
And 2. Excuse me, Zelton Miller on the stop.
Gonzalez will stay in the backfield behind Trusty in the pistol. Single receiver with a tight end and an H-back. Gonzalez gets the call and gets the first down to the 43-yard line.
Down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
That stops the clock while they move the chains. 8.5 minutes to go in this one.
1st and 10 for Alma.
Alma seemingly looking to drive and put the cherry on top on this one. Israel Towns Robinson into the game for Gonzalez. Robinson really didn't do much tonight until that last carry where he broke free for, what was it, 44 yards for a touchdown.
Well, and
He takes it now and nothing there. In fact, he loses 2 back to the 45.
Alma's winning the way I envisioned them winning back in the old days. Just strong offensive line, strong running game.
Stevens on the stop at the 45-yard line. Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12.
You have those two things, you're going to win some football games. They kind of play like the Panthers like to play with under Brandon Craig, with the the power run and the quarterback run and the play action pass. So that's exactly what the Panthers want to do.
Robinson takes the handoff again, tries to bounce it outside, finds a seam, still on his feet. Still on his feet inside the 35, down almost to, they're going to mark him all the way down to the 30-yard line.
And they had chances to get him in the backfield, in the line of scrimmage, just to beyond the line of scrimmage, and he just sort of bounced off of all of them. Now, you ready for the bad news about him, Dustin?
What's that?
He's just a sophomore.
Yeah. Will Siloam play them there next year?
I would imagine so. Usually it's a 2-year contract.
Right. 1st and 10 from the 30 of Siloam Springs for the Alma Airedales. There's Robinson shifting his way through inside the 25, down near the 23-yard line.
They'll have Gonzalez and Robinson back next year.
Down the 23-yard line.
So it just kind of goes to show you folks, like, when you have some down years, but you got kids coming. This is what Alma's seeing right now. They've won just a handful of games the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But they've had these kids coming. They got Joe Trusty. Makes a big difference. I'm sure they love nothing more than to run that clock almost all the way down to 0.
Oh, yeah. Now Carlos Gonzalez gets the call. He's dropped after a short gain, down to about the 22. Make it 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 1.
22-yard line. It's 3rd down.
3rd and a long one. We do want to thank everybody that makes these broadcasts possible each and every week. We thank the Siloam Springs Athletic Department, Athletic Director Jeff Williams. We thank Michael Robertson. We thank the high school media department. We thank Tony Molina, who works behind the scenes to make it happen each week. Carlos Gonzalez needed 1, and he got about 8 inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line.
That was a heck of a move right there.
Yes, it was. 4:40 to go in this ball game. Alma on a slow, methodical drive, all runs. Ran the ball every down. Gonzalez gets the call again. He paused in the backfield, waited for something to develop, and picked up 4 yards inside the 10. Just inside the 10 to the 9.
Bunch of Panthers wrangling down inside the 10. 2nd down and 6.
.335 to go, 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry to get the play off.
They can call a timeout, too, if they want. No need.
Gonzalez has room to run near the goal line. He's going to be stood up right outside the 1-yard line. They'll get a fresh set of downs here at the 2. It'll make it 1st and goal. 3:17 to go in the ball game.
Jose Palacios on the stop for the Panthers. 1st and goal, Alma at the 2-yard line.
Gonzalez will stay the running back on the field as we hit the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes left in the home opener for the Siloam Springs Panthers. Gonzalez gets the call, hit at the line of scrimmage, and walks into the end zone.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Touchdown, Alma. Makes it 38-7. With 2:47 to go in the ball game. Again, folks, the Siloam Springs Panthers will be back in action next week in Greenbrier. The extra point is up and no good. That may be the only weak point we've seen out of Alma tonight is the point after touchdown. They've struggled there.
Siloam Springs 7. Parents and fans, last chance to head
38-7 Airedales.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, they've got a kicker coming. They kicked a field goal in the 8th grade game.
Really?
Yeah. And that, not being able to convert those extra points is going to be that could be loom large down the stretch for them.
Especially in a conference. They've got a tough conference.
Where every point matters. In a conference with Farmington, Shiloh, Prairie Grove.
Harrison.
Yeah. Harrison, yes, sir.
Panthers' opponent next week, Greenbrier, they have reclaimed the lead on Valonia, 19-14 in the fourth quarter. Little Rock Christian extends their lead a little bit more on Shiloh, 49-14 now. I bet the Shiloh fans don't know what to think there tonight. Kick is low, taken by Mikey McKinley at the 22, across the 30, now the 35, still on his feet across the 40. McKinley dropped at the 41-yard line. Good return.
40-yard line to the 41. Where Siloam Springs will take over 1st and 10.
One more drive here for the Panthers. Let's see if they can do something with it.
Gio Flores will be the running back. Johnny Graves split wide in the boundary on the near side at just outside the numbers. Flores gets the call. Not a whole lot there, about a yard.
On the carry for a short gain.
Still a little staggered by that Harbor score there, Dustin. My goodness.
What was it, 59-0?
Man.
They lost last week too, didn't they?
Taylor on the stop for Alma.
Pretty sure they
Yes,
did.
they lost to Parkview.
Oh,
at
that's
War
right.
Memorial.
Pretty handily there.
You got to think at some point they'll be back.
Gio Flores with a little side step, picks up a few. He gets about 3 yards this time to the 45. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
I mean, they've been the best team in Arkansas. Though the 7A state champion before.
Right.
So
Jackson still looks to throw, rolls to his left. Goes up, kind of a jump pass, incomplete.
Stills pass incomplete.
Who's that intended receiver? Is
I
that-
can't really see. Is it 30?
Yeah, Chase Tiggleman.
I guess so.
Chase Tillman, the intended receiver for the Panthers. 4th down and 6.
I was not able to. His jersey's kind of all bunched up there.
4th and 6. Panther offense will stay on the field. 1:23 to go. 4 receiver set. Flores gets the call, and he'll be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Panthers will turn it over on downs.
Flores on the carry, stop for no gain.
And Alma will be able to take the victory formation and close this thing down for the night. Again, we thank everybody that makes this possible each week. Jeff Williams, the athletic director. Michael Robertson for all of his help. We thank the Siloam Springs Media Department. Megan Dennison. We thank Tony Molina for making it happen each week. And again, we'll be back in action next week. Siloam Springs Panthers will be on the road at Greenbrier. Folks, get out there and support your Panthers. If you can't, you can find all the action right here. Joe Trusty takes the shotgun snap, takes a knee.
Trusty kneels the ball. Back at the 47-yard line. 2nd down.
He'll have to do it one more time. He'll wait for the game clock to get under 40. Rogers has gone final. They beat Bishop Kelly, Oklahoma, 49-21. And that will be the final snap. Joe Trusty takes a knee, and Alma will win this football game 38-7. And Siloam Springs, with the loss, will fall to 0-2 on the young season here. Alma, with the victory, will improve to 2-0. And Graham, you were right. It's a pretty good Alma football team.
Yeah, they're a good football team. I'll be watching with interest to see how they do the rest of the way.
So, folks, the home opener for the Siloam Springs Panthers at Panther Stadium has come to a conclusion.
Siloam Springs 7.
For Tony Molina and Graham Thomas, I'm Dustin Butler saying good night from Siloam Springs. We will see you next week in Greenbrier. But tonight, the Siloam Springs Panthers fall at home to the Alma Airedales by a final score of 38-7.
Panthers will travel to Greenbrier next Friday night. Everyone have a safe trip home. Thank you for coming out tonight.